Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. I'm your host, Tosin, alongside Coach and Dean. Fellas, how's everyone doing today?
Doing great, bro. I'm doing great. Newcastle's a shit city.
City or team? Which one?
Interchangeable. How about you?
Dean, how you doing today? You good?
I am fantastic. I am fantastic. Excited for the future. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
It's
great.
this plantain show making moves.
That's a great segue. We officially have an announcement for you. We are on the Barber Network. Big shout out to our former um, person that we work with, Believe. Shout out to them, but we just are now on Barber Network. So that's the big announcement. Doesn't really change much for you guys. Just means better content for us and more things we're gonna do in the future. You guys want to talk about some kits because there were some really nice kits that were dropped this week, and we are actually very impressed with what we saw. So we're gonna talk about that right now. Nike released their 2025 women's national team kits, and I don't think there was a single miss in here. Fellas, what do you think? What was your favorite kit in out this whole drop?
At the risk of being unpatriotic, um, I gotta be honest. The America kits absolutely blew me away, man. Like seriously, I think the away one for me was just out of this world, man. Seriously, and this isn't to say that the other ones weren't good. The other ones were fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But and I'll be getting I'll be getting at least one of the Nigerian ones I want to say. But yeah, the America away kit, just that one for me, just out of this world, man.
Like it's this. So I guess the reason why this kind of feels like a big deal to me in this
Mm.
moment is that for I want to say basically since the pandemic started, Nike have been off their shit, and it was probably long before that. They kind of fell off to me, to be honest with you. Like from a footballing standpoint, the new boots were looking whack to me. I can't remember the last kit that I saw that I was like, that's a classic from Nike. So
Mm.
for them to put out a bunch of kits for, we got the women's training camps coming up this month, and for them to put these kits out, none of them miss. Like they're all very nice kits. I would pay for any of them. I wanted to get the Nigeria one, the white Nigeria one with the stripes, but it has that whole blocked out. You know how they put the square on the back so they can put the number in the name? I want stripes throughout the whole thing. They didn't do that, so I can't cop it. But that's my only complaint. Everything looks fantastic. Like the England one reminds me of like the old Admiral jerseys from back in the day, like
Yeah,
from
Terry
before I was even
Butcher.
born, the '82 joints. They
Yeah,
look nice, man.
Terry Butcher with the bloody jersey and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one right there.
One of my
Hopefully, you guys
favorite
want to recreate that this summer.
Mm.
one of my favorite details is the pink on the France kit. I don't know why that just makes me happy. It looks nice on the French
I,
kit.
I think it's commentary on how they perform in wars.
We're gonna move on now. Any other club launches? You guys will talk about Arsenal launched that kit in their final home game today. Anything you guys notice?
No, we spoke about it in in the Arsenal pod already. But yeah,
Okay,
good kit, man.
cool.
Good kit.
And Chelsea has a QPR fan announcing their kit, so there's that.
He doesn't even have a team, bro. He just doesn't. He doesn't even have a team. He doesn't. He's like the British Canadian version of the Canadian man. Like every other week, you're gonna see him in a team. You might see him in a Canopilas kit. How about that?
I,
Like
c- I can't believe you said that much, and half the people listening to this don't know who the fuck you're talking about. Do
Central
this
C,
every week.
Central C.
Yeah, man.
Only thing I was shocked about, he didn't have a random black baby to hold in the announcement video. Um, but yeah, that's really it. That's the most of the kit launches. Man United are the only ones that haven't really launched the kit. I like Juventus's kit, by the way. The with the pink.
The pink. I feel like they could have done the pink logos and left the stripes alone. I'm tired of people messing with stripes. Like just leave the stripes alone. But I like the adventure. I like it's the old lady. They always have not always. They typically have a pink jersey every couple of years. So to kind of combine the pink with the stripes, I'm messing with that. But I don't like the misshapen stripes. Like Inter did that like 2 or 3 years ago with Nike. So it's like I don't know. But yeah, we'll get into this a lot more over the summer when most of the kits drop. I already saw the United leak. It's nothing special, but you like it.
No, I don't. That's why I didn't talk about it. Let's talk about Serie A. This league has been insane for like the last like 7, 8 years now. I can say right. And they had all the games today at the same time, 2:45 Eastern time, and it was just a madness because now we have to go into next week and figure out who's going to be the winner because nothing really changed at the top. But Inter and Lazio ended up 2-2, and just drama all over the place. Napoli couldn't score against Parma. It was just insane. Y'all take the floor. Talk to me what you guys saw in these games.
Yeah, I want to give it all to Dean pause because we were mid recording and I couldn't get the streams on while we
Oh,
were recording.
so what am I supposed to do about that? If we were recording, that means neither of us watched the game. So let the guy that watched the game talk about the games. What did
That
you
is
see,
true.
Tosin?
What I saw is chaos. What I saw is that Napoli are really, really thriving on one game a week because that's not a good team. That team is pits. They are pitiful. Okay. Second of all, Inter, I don't know. They missed Lautaro a lot. They had a winner at the end, but what's it called was offside. Fake Zlatan
Natovic?
was offside. Yes, Arnautovic was offside. Unfortunately, Bisek tried to put his hands by his side, but the ball hit his arm, and they called a penalty. And really, it was just two teams who are literally just gassed and they're trying everything that they have. They don't have it. It's like they don't have enough.
Like as a pseudo Inter fan, I'm so disappointed by this result because to me it felt like a sure thing. Like Inter has been whooping on Lazio all season in cups, in the league. I think there was a 6-0 somewhere in there. Inter beat the fuck at Lazio. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not saying this is easy, but I trust you to see this out, even if you got to rotate. So to get the lead twice in this game and drop the lead twice, and not only drop it twice, drop it so late into added time, like bruh, like, do these niggas not want to be happy?
No,
I mean, like I gave up on the league, but not really, you know. You know what I mean? Like they could have stolen it back today, guys. They could have stolen it back from Napoli, you know, because I knew Napoli would fuck up. I knew it. I knew they were gonna fuck up, and they did. Because to not score against Parma, I mean, now to be fair, I think they also drew earlier in the season. These two, so maybe it's not that much of a surprise, but I I'm just really disappointed in Inter. I feel like you should be able to see the game out against a team that you beat so handily, you know, earlier in the season. And I know they're dying on their feet, but you either want this shit or you don't. You can die in the summer. Coach?
Uh, uh, do you know that's the funny thing about football? Whenever you meet a team, right, that can make or break your season essentially. When you meet the team, doesn't matter who the team is, just when you meet them. Like you said, Inter should be winning this game, hands down. They should be winning this game. But had they played this match, I want to say, let's say in anywhere between October to February, not even a conversation. Not a conversation. It's one. The game is one. But they're not in the best of form. They're coming off. They got a Champions League final coming up as well. All those things matter, and I think it's important to give teams the grace when they are in a position to win, kind of thing. This has nothing to do with my club. I promise you. I can assure you, it doesn't. Okay, it does. But anyway, but I think it's important to give these teams grace because of you think, oh yeah, why can't we beat them? Like, this is like, let's it's Lazio, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they got good players, yeah, they got, they got Guendouzi, they got Tavares, whatever kind of thing. It is what it is, what blah blah. Yeah, but this is game week 37, and you've got Mkhitaryan who's 49 years old and his juice is running out playing in your team. Like, these things matter. These things really, really matter on how conditions your team is, how fit they are, you know, what the rhythm of the team is and stuff like that. All these things come into play, man. So
Sounds like excuses to me, nigga. I'm tired of this shit. Like, come on, man. You
really,
either gonna win or you gonna lose the end.
oh, that's incredible.
Talk sport. Fox
You,
Sports. Let's go.
it's funny to me, not to beat a dead horse, but a certain team today didn't have the best striker in the league, and they created a gang of chances in one half of football and didn't score a single one. You know, shit
Like
can
that.
happen.
It
When
happened.
you meet the team, that's usually has a whole sort of bearing on your fortunes. And I feel like Inter are definitely a victim of that today for sure.
Yeah, I mean the game in Serie A was summed up by the last like minute and a half of both games, where there's an offside for Inter that didn't get called off. There was a penalty for Napoli that got called off because of a foul, and I was just like, this league is just full of chaos, and I absolutely love it because we might get a playoff for the fight for the league title if the results stay the same. We might get a playoff.
I don't think that's possible though.
Yeah, if they end up on the same amount of points, it's possible.
Okay, so if Napoli lost and Inter drew,
Yes, you get a playoff.
then there's a playoff.
Yes, yes.
I feel like we deserve that. Like, Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna speed run through the rest of these results. Roma and Milan 3-1. Milan lost 3-1. There was an elbow from Santi Jimenez. He elbowed one of the defenders. Chris, I think it was Chris Hunt. I can't remember who it was. We elbowed one of the defenders, and he got a red card. Went to VAR, and Milan are just pathetic. That's really all it is. That's all that is with them.
Being out of Europe should help them get things together next season.
Yeah, if all their players don't leave this summer. Genoa lost to Atalanta 3-2. Daniel Maldini got his debut goal, so good for him. Our boy has 25 goals now. Retegui, so good for him. Lighten up the score sheet. Juventus beat Udinese 2-0. Vlahovic got a goal, which is really good. So shout out to Vlahovic, got a really good goal. And probably his last goal ever for Juventus at home, because I don't think they're going to keep him next year, but we'll see what they do
Who's
next
going to
year.
buy him for how much?
Galatasaray. Verona and Como was 1-1. Como's been very fun this season. I know Coach loves Como so much, especially their coach as well. So that's his Serie A team.
Yeah, that's where he's taking his lady for for the celebration post Nikkei and all that. So like you taking her to Como, rich nigga.
Yeah.
Oh well. Don't let her hear that.
That's the idea, motherfucker.
I can mute everybody here. I really don't mind.
I heard Sess is gonna be officiating the wedding.
Oh my goodness, that is haram.
So I'll just see you guys next week.
Can we get the standing in Serie A so we get out of here?
No, let's not get the standings. I'm still not over it. No, I'm joking. So Napoli are still top, on 79 points. Luckily I don't know how they've managed to stay there. Inter second, 78 points. Atalanta 74 points. They are not going anywhere up or down. Juventus are on 67 points. They're going to get Champions League football, it looks like. Roma on 66 points. In fifth, and Lazio 65 in sixth. And yeah, Fiorentina, Bologna are both on 62 points. Milan are on 60 points. Their 3-game winning streak came to an end this week, and the shitteds.
Well, guess what? FA Cup final. We got that on deck for everybody. And Crystal Palace, they did it for the whole of South London. So shout out to Crystal Palace.
They did it for football, bro. It's bigger than South London, baby.
They did. They did it for Zaha. Did it for Dougie Freeman. They did it for Alan Pardew. Who else played?
They did it for Andy Johnson. They did it for John Macken. Not John Macken, so he played for City, my bad. They did it for John Solarco. They did it for
okay, that's enough of these bargains, man. We don't give a fuck. That's for the game. Tell me why Palace's goal looked exactly like the goal Arteta used to beat Pep back when Arsenal really sucked in the FA Cup, that COVID FA Cup. That Aubameyang goal. You know the one?
Yeah, do you know what's funny? My friend, my United supporting friend brought this up to me this morning, and he said to me that not someone else. And he said to me, he said to me that there's a link here between having a front man that's got good feet that you can throw the ball up to, and getting wingers around that are quick and can dominate 1v1 as well. And the blueprint has been set since pretty much Ole was smacking around Pep, with Martial being a target man, and Rashford, and I forgot who else it was that was in and around, buzzing around them kind of thing. And it's true, Pep Guardiola defenders are fantastic and wonderful front foot defenders. Even like since he's pretty much come to the country, they aren't that good when somebody's physically dominating them. And then when you've got with how much they commit forward, and and how they want to dominate the ball, there's always going to be gaps, especially in wide areas. So the moment you have Mateta being able to dominate Ruben Diaz, who's not that good anyway, kind of thing, it's alarm bells when Eze and Saar, but also who's the right back foot? I've got Munoz. Sorry, Munoz. Like those guys, it's a bad matchup for City, kind of thing, regardless of who the team is, because if you want to go back, use Arsenal for example. Last season when we beat them, it was a long ball up to Kai. Do you know what I'm saying? And Martinelli was buzzing in and around them again, kind of thing. It's clearly a thing here. So that's.
I was going to add to your point. Look at the way we beat them with Ahmad. It was a long ball from Alessandro.
I'm not saying I use the United example with Ole kind of thing because I feel like that was a bit more apt. The Ahmad thing was Hoyland's not a target, man. Let's be real here, guys. Like,
His name was a footballer.
He's barely a man.
you
He's
know
a
what I mean?
child.
Yeah. So yeah, like that's what I think it is, and because they have the ball so much, I don't feel like Pep values that match up as much because like, well, it'll happen once or twice a game, but it happened once yesterday, and
That's all
they
it took.
ended the season trophyless after spending 200 million in January.
Woo! Pep, your head is hot. I saw the smoke. I saw Dean Henderson all up in your cranium. God, I enjoyed that. Pep is such a bad loser, but because he's won before, no one says he's a bad loser. That's
Yep.
wild. Like, how many times has he done this thing where he tries to harass a player on the other team? Like, bro, you're not my coach. Don't talk to me. like, it's like the Chappelle skit, man. It's like, I'm not on your team. Stop smacking my ass, Prince. Pause. So I don't know, man. Like City, I mean, this was perfect for everyone that dislikes City because they got a penalty that they didn't deserve because Bernardo's a rat
Mhm.
and missed it because Marmoush puts his penalties in the same spot every time,
Mhm.
and Dean Henderson has a YouTube account.
Mhm.
Hilarious. But that VAR call, guys, like that
Dean
was
Henderson.
probably the game right there. Dean Henderson should have been off.
Yeah.
No, go on, Tosin. Go on, Tosin.
I was gonna say it made me so happy that back-to-back years a Man United Academy player made Pep's head hot in the FA Cup final, and this was egregious. That shit I saw it. I was like, because remember in the group chat, I was like, "Ooh, he fucked up." I was like, "Oh, he messed up." When they said,
I thought it was done for. I thought it was
Yeah.
done for. Like Dean was scrambling, saying, "Shit, let me see this shit." Like, and when he saw it, was like, "Oh,
Like I put my phone back in my pocket because I was like, because I was excited about them taking the lead.
yeah,
When you guys started tweeting about Henderson, I just put my phone in my pocket for the duration of my event.
yeah."
Then when I finished the event, I was like, wait, how is it still 1-0? It should have at least been 1-1.
Yeah.
I just assumed City had scored and probably you guys weren't even talking in the chat. I thought that's what happens when City wins. Like, niggas get silent.
It was gripping. That's why I paused. It was gripping. But here's my theory, and this guy just humor me for this, right? Like, just humor me.
It was gripping though.
No, it was. It was a-
I think we have the
Diabolical, brother.
I think we might have the pod title.
yeah, that was. I ain't got shit for you guys. That was bad.
Oh my god.
I probably deserve a red card for that actually. Yeah. Okay.
That's okay. Carry on. We can do this. We're adults.
Yeah. Well, just humor me here, guys. But you see, if the powers that be don't do what the needful is, which would be relegate City into non-existence, basically, right? Who is against them just getting bad calls, like 10 bad calls every game until they are eventually relegated? Because let's be honest here, guys.
Describe it like this, coach.
Yeah.
Who's against them being refereed like Arsenal?
Basically, who's against that? Because for my money, you should never ever complain. I think I said it before, but as a City fan, you should never ever complain about bad decisions. I'm sorry. If there's one club in the world that shouldn't complain about bad refereeing decisions, it's you. You're here purely on greed and incompetence of the powers that be. That's why. So you're living a charmed life. That's all it is. So when you get bad shit going against you, you should be like, it's part of the game. It's just it's for you. It's part of the game because of the game that you're playing. You're not playing the same game as everybody else. You're not. So just take it.
I agree with you, but I want to point out how unreasonable a request this is.
Of course. You want to know what's even more unreasonable?
This
You
is
want to
like
know what's even more unreasonable?
this is like asking teenagers to take short showers. Like, come on, man. Like,
Let me put it to you like this, right? Like, is it more reasonable that you expect a team that cheats to be punished adequately? Yeah. So I'm okay with that. And to be honest, it's a slower death, and it'll be funnier as well every week just seeing the head loss of them just getting really bad decisions, like players being through on goal and getting absolutely walloped.
Tosin, I have a theory. I feel like after a while, every manager kind of gets washed.
Oh yeah, everybody gets washed. Like,
Are we at that point with the bald one? Are we at that point? Do you think?
he got his wife back, right?
Hmm.
And he's dressing cool again, but he doesn't look happy. Like he knows he has to leave soon because I think that's the deal they made. He was just like, "Hey, She's like, either you stay with me and quit this football thing. So I think it's time, and for our sake too, like go away. Like what more can like yesterday he bought on Echeverry to do what? Like you're just doing shit now. Like go away.
You know, it'd be crazy. Imagine you had like £100 million asset on there to bring on. Imagine you having that luxury in a cup final, and you just don't do that. That would be incredible, wouldn't it, guys?
But man, like when you start saying it out loud, like that whole project is really ridiculous to think
Yeah.
about. This shit is so ridiculous and unfair, and we just put up with it because we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's so unfair. It really
Bro,
is.
look, they were linked to I think it was some player right during the week, and usually like
Grinders?
yeah, they didn't announce how much money they were bidding, whatever. Fabrizio was just like, oh, they're linked. They never ever say how much City players are like linked to, and nobody. They was like, oh, it's fine. They're just gonna spend an exorbitant amount of money on players. I'm like, hey, wait. If United are now signing a player, for example, like the player's mother's where the player's mom was born in the hospital. Every minute detail was like the City is like, oh yeah, they're about to spend another 100 million, but
Yeah, that just comes when when you've got an infinite amount of brown envelopes to give out. That's the shit. That's the shit that you pay for. Like
All right.
the transfers are the cheap part, right? The PR is where it gets expensive.
Oh man.
So
You know what? All this hate is justified, but
yeah,
before we move on from the FA Cup final or
yeah,
this FA Cup final,
yeah,
coach,
yeah,
you're in proximity to the neighborhood. You spend a lot of time at Selhurst.
yeah,
This was Crystal Palace's first ever trophy in the history of the club.
yeah,
160 something years.
yeah. Uh,
What does it mean to the hood, man? Well, it's South London. What does it
well,
mean to y'all?
well, about two of my group chats, we're all talking about where's the parade because we're just trying to get the good. I'm talking guys that don't support. They're not Arsenal fans as well. Like I'm talking guys that support Liverpool and United, but they're all from South. They're like, guys, we need to like get there just to take in the good vibes because it's Palace and it's that's they're the hood faves. So it's that's on my end. But what it means for the club and what it means for the local community, a lot of people might not know this, but Palace do a lot of great work in the local community, and they have such a strong connection to the very fabric of SE25 and the surrounding area, kind of thing. That is, you can't be in that area and it's not Palace related. You can't walk 10 minutes without seeing someone in Palace training gear. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so intertwined into everything that they do, and them winning their first ever trophy feels like a bit of a farce because Palace are a relatively big club for what they are, kind of thing. But I think that's the beauty of it as well, that everybody gets their turn. Some people got their turn 70 years ago. You know what I mean? Some people are getting their turn this year. And it's just beautiful to see. A lot of the comments I'm seeing as well is that, I can die a happy man now. Oh, best day of my life. From aging ranges, by the way, people that are 20 years old to people that are 60, 70, 80 years old, like it's all a beautiful thing to see people that have supported this club, but also just endured. They could have been out of business. I remember when they had their kit sponsor. They didn't have a kit sponsor basically. They just had like I think it was the club. It was essentially just a club kit basically. They didn't have an actual sponsor in it, kind of thing. This was like 2010, I want to say, and now they're playing European football. And it's I don't know. It's I don't want to sound corny as it kind of thing, but it's truly, truly why we watch the sport. My missus literally this afternoon, she asked, she's like, "Why didn't we go to the final?" I was like, I showed her the screenshot of me fervently looking for updates on the waiting list, literally every day for like 2 weeks, basically. Like it's that sort of feeling that everybody wants to be a part of it, even if you don't support Palace, because they're just a good club, a likable club, a club of the people. It's that simple. So yeah.
And also shout to Julian Speroni one time, just because. So,
Did Gabor Kiraly play there too?
who?
Hungarian with the sweatpants? Was he
I
actually?
think he did. He did.
Talk
Oh,
to us.
shout out Ben Watson as well. Ben, shout out Ben Watson because he scored a winner in a FA Cup final for Wigan against Man City, and he's a Palace legend and played with my brother for a good 7-8 years. Like Ben Watson, you're probably not listening, but I love you, man.
One more thing. Only one Manchester team knows how to beat Crystal Palace in the FA Cup final, baby. Uh, Chelsea. they beat Man United in the Women's FA Cup 3-0. Whooped their ass. Just beat them. Man United.
Sandy Baltimore had a day. She's French. She's 5'1", and she's fucking amazing. Because 2 goals and an assist in the final. Your first year at the club, you're a legend already. Like she don't got to do nothing else. So shout out to her. Even though she plays for Chelsea, and is French.
Yeah.
Almost.
I heard it sold out as well, actually, which is incredible. Like, women's game is growing, guys. Like, proper. Like, I remember when I was growing up watching it, like, you'd be lucky to get maybe 2 or 3 games a season on the terrestrial channels. Now, like, they're in primetime slots, man. And it's great, man.
And the women are extremely talented. They deserve all of it, man. They're incredible. Like Arsenal women's, all the women's teams are just incredible. Just in general. So happy, I'm happy for them. Almost said Sandy Baltimore, like there you go. I said Baltimore. Damn it. Anyways, let's go to La Liga. In midweek, Barcelona won the title. They beat Espanyol 2-0. The best part about this game was after Lily, as soon as the whistle blew, Espanyol put the sprinklers on. Like, get the fuck out of here. Because they got the little rivalry and they just put the sprinklers on. They were celebrating in the middle of the pitch and they're like, nope, get out of here. That's it. But they won 2-0. Lamine Yamal is just incredible. There's really nothing else to say about that. Been an incredible season for them. And he's got the same amount of La Liga titles as a certain number 7 in Real Madrid, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, they won their titles. Congratulations to them. And Hansi Flick has them playing very well and their season's over now, right? Next week. But yeah, we'll see what they'll build on next year.
I don't know that I necessarily call this like eating humble pie, but I didn't think they could get away with that highlight all season, and they kind of did. They almost won the Champions League as well, and they've won every other competition that they entered into this season. So I have to put my hands up and give Hansi Flick his props. I always thought that this system only worked for him at Bayern when they won that treble because of the weird conditions of the time. I'm like, oh, that's some COVID shit. But this shit just worked while, motherfuckers was swapping out braces and putting Travis Scott under shit, all kinds of filthy shit. So I guess I'm pleased for Barcelona. The remontada happened quickly. We thought it was going to be a couple years in the wilderness with all these levers and not being able to register players, but to play this exciting football for an entire season and win most of the competitions you enter, I gotta show my respect, man. Shout out Barcelona. I don't like you motherfuckers, but y'all killed it this year. That's for fucking sure. And Rafinha, he probably deserves his little trophy. He probably deserves this trophy. I don't know if he's gonna get it though. I feel like his momentum has dropped for some weird reason. I don't know why. People not talking about him no more.
Yeah, fuck all that. I'm here to hate. Listen, Barcelona are still going down, guys. They're still going down. They can't play that way next season, and if they do, they probably won't win the league at the very least. Yeah, fuck all of that, man. Like all this positive shit. I've used all of it for another red and blue team, and it's not Barcelona, man. They're if there's one thing I want to say where I feel like it is sustainable for them to continue, it's having really, really good attackers. I don't see Rafinha or Yamal slowing up next season at all, pending fitness. They will probably need to figure out who plays through the middle next season because Lewandowski has scored a lot of goals this season and obviously still a really, really top player, but body no be firewood. Like it's going to catch up with you eventually. And the intensity Barcelona play at and the way they want to play and compete in all the competitions, they're going to need to find another forward for sure. To go get Gyökeres, I think. But yeah, I think one of the stories of the season for them outside of Rafinha and Yamal is just how well, Kabasi and another Lamasha product, Pedri, have been integral to pretty much everything that they do. Like they've underpinned the good work of the forwards. The spine is solid as hell. Like let's call it what it is. The spine is solid. And Hansi Flick has used those boys like a bar of soap to great benefit of the city of Barcelona. They're champions. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how he evolves the team because there's no way he plays that way next season, expecting a similar sort of result for the majority of the season.
Hey, Tosin, did that sound like a lot of hate to you?
It sounded like hate, but then turned into positivity.
I was like, this nigga loves Hansi Flick.
No, I'm just keeping. I'm an ethical hater, guys. Like I'm not an idiot. You know what I mean? I'm not.
You're no ethics and hating nigga. Shut up.
Look at a risk. We're gonna run through the. So we're gonna speed run through the rest of the midweek games of last week. Madrid beat Mallorca 2-1. Jacobo Ramon. I don't even know what if that's even a real Spanish name, but he scored the winner. First ever goal, his debut goal. So good for Jacobo.
He's probably like a Spanish rapper.
Speaking of Spanish rappers, Dean Housen is joining Real Madrid. A Dutch Spanish man who did Spanish fans are more fans of him than Lamine Yamal. It's weird. Racism, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, I will say, do not search up what his dad did or used to do. Just don't do that.
Dean Housen?
Don't bother googling who his dad is. Don't do that.
I'll say this much about Dean Housen. I can understand people of a certain extraction really, really loving a 6'6" center back that's as smooth as he is on the ball. But there's no planet on which you should be liking him over Lamine Yamal. Like, please, like, let's be sensible, people. Like, let's be ethical racist. How about that? Like,
Yeah.
if we can't be ethical haters, let's be ethical racists.
So here's my thing, and this might sound a little bit archaic and a little bit Brexit, if you like, but just humor me on this quickly, yeah. When I'm hearing about contract negotiations of centre backs trying to renew, and then we've got forwards trying to renew as well, and I hear some of the figures that centre backs are trying to get out of their club, kind of thing, I feel sick, genuinely. Like centre backs, you're not the glory players, unfortunately. That money is reserved for the forwards. So you will take what is left over, what the forwards don't have, and you will like it. So when I see people talking about Housen, oh yeah, like he's gonna be earning X amount at Real Madrid. If I had it my way, he'd have to pay Real Madrid to play for them until he shows that he's worthy. Like, I don't believe in all of this glamorous centre backs. Listen, all of that shit is reserved for the attacking midfielders and the big Roy the Rovers midfielders like Declan Rice and the forwards. Centre backs, you need to know your place. And I'm talking to you, William Saliba, right? You need to take what you're given. Yeah, I don't care what.
Hey, you need to shut the fuck up.
No.
That's what you need to do. Do not talk to William Saliba any kind of way. You know your role and shut your mouth, okay? Like he will take what he wants. That's okay by me. Okay.
No, but you get
Sorry,
my
William.
point. You get my point. Like people are glamorizing a 6'6" centre back. I don't care about those players, bro. Show me 20 Lamine Yamals, bro. That's what we're here to see, big man.
Brother.
Telling me about Dean Housen.
You spent 5 years watching Squadron Mustafi at your club. Be careful what you wish for, man. Be careful. That's all I'll say.
I'm gonna double down on Coach's point and say this: all these center backs wearing Vapors and F50s. Wear some black Copa Mundials, okay? Ain't no more color.
Honestly speak, they should still be cleaning players' boots. Right?
That's
as far as I can say.
went
Or
wrong.
are you guys mad at them or the sponsors?
I don't know, man. I'm just a mad
nigga. I don't know, man.
I'm just a mad rapper from Life After Death. That's who I am.
Niggas is mad. That niggas got nothing to be, no one to blame. Just mad. Sevilla beat Las Palmas 1-0. They responded well. They getting harassed by the ultras, so good for them. Osasuna beat Atletico Madrid 2-0. Atleti got Atleti again. So there we go. We got a diving header. So yeah, that's what happened last week. This weekend in La Liga, Villarreal beat Barcelona 3-2. And you know why this game was disgusting? A Canadian scored the winner. Tejan Buchanan, who looks like Leroy Sané. Timbit Leroy Sané. He scored the winner.
That's how you know Inter gonna win the league, man. He's that's an Inter boy right there. It's
It
good
is.
old.
It is. Sevilla lost to Real Madrid 2-0. That was 9-man Sevilla. They got 2 red cards. Mbappe scored his 7th goal from outside the box. It is the most this season, tied with Lamine Yamal. They both have 7 goals outside the box. Don't ask me why I know this stat. I just know my shit.
That's nice. I didn't. I mean, I've watched Mbappe for years. I would not have figured that he scored 7 league goals from outside the box. That's kind of impressive.
Mhm.
But yeah, 2 red cards in the Sergio Ramos derby. Perfect.
Yeah.
Love that.
And our boy scored as well, Jude Bellingham. So good for Jude.
Whose boy? That's your boy.
Oh,
Our boy's a white boy, Declan Rice. I don't give a fuck.
Atletico Madrid beat Real Betis 4-1. You haven't seen Julian Alvarez's free kick? Go look at that. Go look at that right now, today.
Oh my
That is
god!
a
What a
beautiful
free kick!
Yeah.
What a free kick! Like
One of my favorite angles is somebody in the stadium was like in the top stand. They zoomed all the way in, and I was just like, Jesus Christ! And you could see like right when the ball got stuck underneath the crossbar, I was like, yeah, that's nasty. That's really nasty.
he
I
thinks
like
Declan Rice.
that. Fornals got a little goal, so good for him, Pablo Fornals.
That goal was fucking stupid. Go watch that too. In fact, just watch the highlights of this game. It's worth it. Trust us.
Coach, give us the standings, please. We can head over to Germany.
Sure. So Barcelona on 85 points, they're champions. Real Madrid 81 points. Atleti on 73 points. Bilbao on 70 points. I think they'll be playing Champions League next season. In fact, they will be playing Champions League football next season. Villarreal will also be playing Champions League football next season. That's what it looks like. Yes, 6-7 points. And I think Betis have secured Europa League football for next season as well, even if they don't win the what do you call it, Conference League, which I hope they do. By the way, I really hope they do win it.
They have to.
Yeah.
Into Toto Cup.
Fuck out that. Yeah.
Let's go to Germany. Hoffenheim lost to Bayern Munich 4-0. Bayern signed off in style. Elise, Kimmich, Gnabry, and Kane scored. Elise is the only Bayern Munich player to play every single league game this season. All of them.
That's crazy. You don't use a black man like a bar yourself. Okay, I see how it is.
Mainz and Leverkusen was 2-2. Xabi Alonso's last game in charge ended up with just, Mainz getting the point, and coach is not like that because that's his second favorite team. So yeah, there's that. Leipzig lost to Stuttgart 3-2. There's no European football for Leipzig next year. Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. Like I'm pleased for that because my club is interested in some of their players, and I'm like, if you're not in Europe, and these players definitely want to leave, some of them are actually open about wanting to leave. How do you get to set a price of 80 million? Like, you're not getting no 80 million for Xavi Simons rather. Go on, coach.
It's one word. It's called audacity.
You know who has a lot of it? Men.
Well, the men that run that club are going to need to fall back with that shit because, niggas need a discount. That's what I'm saying. Like, get that Sheshko for, I got a nice 55, 60 for you motherfuckers, man.
Listen, if I start getting on my CB rant again, they'll be lucky. They'll be flipping lucky to get 30 million for a 6'6" Serb. How dare you, like, using Wenger pool for bricklayers? Get out of here, man. Like, guys, have some shame, man. Like, what happened to the game I love?
It died.
Just put the Sheshko in the bag, please.
Yeah, man. You'll be lucky if we give them some Arsenal merch as payment. I swear to. How dare you?
Freiburg lost to Frankfurt 3-1. Frankfurt are in the Champions League places next year. So, Hugo Ekitike.
I've made my peace with it.
Understood.
Made my peace with it. We're not gonna get him, but Leipzig got something I need. So yeah, there's that.
Dortmund beat the Lotion team hosting Kiel 3-0. They snuck ahead of Freiburg and they're in Champions League spots. And Guirassy finished the season with 21 goals. And Harry Kane finished the season with 26. So back-to-back golden boots for Harry Kane. So there we go. Go ahead, coach.
No, I was gonna say, and it's pleasing to me that Dortmund get to play Champions League football again next season because I have a weird feeling they'll probably get to the quarterfinals again. I think they're currently that team in Europe where you can probably expect a good European run from them. The fact that they were able to turn their season around, second half of the season and managed to finish, I think they've won at least their last 5 games in a row. I want to say, they finished on 71 goals. That's one less goal than Leverkusen as well. They're the funniest team in the world. Let's be honest. Dortmund are
crazy. Even when Barcelona knocked them out of the Champions League, they were this close to tying that shit up, which is crazy.
Yep.
So I still don't know if this is a good team or not. I really don't. But
they don't know either.
Congratulations to them. What's that?
They don't know either.
Right. Are they gonna keep Kovac, you think?
I don't see why they shouldn't. Like, genuinely, like, I literally don't see why they shouldn't.
Is Gio Reyna gonna go to the MLS next year?
I mean,
boy,
he needs to play. That's all I know. Like, I'm not going to speak on my opinion of the player. I will say that I don't see him enough that suggests that the people playing instead of him are better than him. But he just needs to go somewhere where they'll play him, and let's see what he becomes. Because all this fucking potential shit, I'm good. It's been a while. Okay, I feel like we've been waiting for this motherfucker for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wrexham's in the championship. Coach, can we get the standings?
Indeed, brother. Indeed. Why is my... No, sorry. It's just for some reason it's done. There we go. So Bayern Munich finished on 82 points. Leverkusen just trolled off, man. Like 69 points. Uh, nice. Frankfurt on 60 points in third, so they'll be playing Champions League football. Dortmund in fourth, 57 points. They're also playing Champions League football. And Freiburg, 55 points. They will be playing in the Europa League. And that's where it ends in that's where it ends in Germany. There's literally no other teams.
The Freiburg got to be sick, man. They were in those Champions League spots for like the last month. Then
Yeah.
last day, Dortmund jumps them. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Let's go over to League 1. I'm going to speed run through this as well. Nantes beat Montpellier 3-0. Moses Simon made his 200th appearance for them. A rare Francis Coquelin goal. So shout out to Francis. Got that. Strasbourg and Le Havre. Strasbourg, Leon Rossigne's kids ran out of gas right for the finish line, man. It's unfortunate. There's a late winner from Abdoulaye Traore, which is the most French name in the world, by the way. That is the most francophone. That's the final boss francophone name, actually.
All his shoes are pointy.
Yeah, but he is exactly who Messi was running away from when he left France. So.
I mean, he scored a Panenka to win the game
with his pointy shoe.
You think
that's some fucking balls though? Like to get a penalty that's maybe gonna save your club from relegation, and you Panenka that shit. Like, yo, if you miss, man, you're getting deported.
Yeah, basically.
Macron will personally deport you himself.
Can I ask, or did I dream it up? Did Liam Rossigny sign an extension at Strasbourg?
I believe it did.
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping that they manage to keep most of the team together. I don't want to see it decimated. Blue Ink or whoever they are need to put some extra money in in Strasbourg's pocket to make sure they can keep hold of these players. But
don't they own both teams?
Yes, I'm saying they need to put some extra money into the club's coffers, because I'm very curious to see how far Rossigny can go with, a transfer window, a preseason, and see how far they can go again. Because from where I'm standing, at least, they're one of the best coached teams in Ligue 1, like comfortably.
And he doesn't even speak French.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, he obviously does, but obviously nowhere near as much as his counterpart, should I say? So yeah, they're a team that next season I'm going to be looking at even more closely. Sorry, Lil, you're getting rid of my Canadian at some point. So yeah, Strasbourg are my new muse, my new French muse.
My concern is that they're going to lose too many crucial pieces. I think if they lose Andre Santos,
they will. He's going
because he's too good.
Yeah,
he scored 10 goals in Ligue 1 this season.
Yeah,
from midfield. That's fucking impressive.
Yeah,
and they're probably going to lose the Barco kid, Valentin Barco, the Brighton boy, the redhead. Because he's been playing in midfield for them. He's a left back.
Yeah, he's the left back.
But he's playing in midfield for Strasbourg, and I don't see a way Rossigny gets to keep both of those guys. So I'm almost happy they didn't make Europe, because they would have just been overstretched, to be honest. I just don't see them making the investment he deserves.
Yeah. Leo beat Reims 2-1. Chuba Akpom had a penalty, and that penalty sent them down to get relegated. So goodbye, Reims. Lens beat Monaco 4-0. Will not be continuing next season.
Well, they have a playoff. So
what playoff?
Reims, the relegation.
The relegation playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are we going to be paying attention to that? Let's be honest.
No, but it's hilarious, because we should probably have something like that in the Premier League as well, where like the teams placed, I don't know, randomly, but I promise you, this is just me putting a number out of my head, but anywhere between 16th to 20th, we should just have like a round robin playoff or some sort, and whoever comes out on top should obviously stay up.
Like, given the form Jamie Vardy is in, I'd put money on Leicester to escape that gablet. That gauntlet, rather.
I'm just saying, I have nothing against the teams in the last 5 places of the Premier League or anything like that. I promise you. It'll just be fun. I think it'll be good TV. No, does anybody else agree?
How about you go to hell? How about you go to hell? How about that? I was trying so hard not to react. I was like, go to hell. Lens beat Monaco 4-0. Will still apparently is coming back to England. So we'll see where he's gonna go. There's Rangers, there's Hull, there's Southampton. So we'll see where he'll go next year. Marseille beat Run for 4-2. Nasty Man FC are second. Ismail Kone had a really good long range finish. And I don't really want to talk about anything else that Marseille does because I don't really want to.
Yeah, I
So
thought the tribute to Steph Mandanda was pretty cool. He spent
yeah,
most of his career there, and he now plays for Runs. He's their backup goalkeeper, so he got substituted on to play for Runs. And the Marseille captain, I forget his name, brought the armband over. Like not for his goalkeeper, for the other team's goalkeeper, because he used to be a legend, or he is a legend of his club. I just thought that was a really nice gesture, and at some places they don't boo legends. That's all I'll say.
yeah. Um, our favorite game in France, Nice versus Brest. Nice Brest. Nice beat Brest 6-0. Brest's first CL campaign. Was it worth it?
Well, they didn't get relegated, and finishing mid-table uh, is what it is, man. Like, they weren't a million miles away from finishing in the European spaces. Like literally, what, 7 points? Yeah, they can go again. They can go again next season, I think.
Yeah, I just appreciate that Brest let Terran Murphy play with them because he'd been injured all season, and this was his first goal of the season on the last
Hmm.
match day of the season. So
Yeah,
glad to see.
was it an ACL? I think it was,
It
wasn't it?
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to my kids' health like that.
Most of us don't. Lyon beat Angers 2-0. Those Lyon kids are very nice, by the
Hmm.
way. Very,
Yo, they
very.
ruined them with the fucking sponsors.
I
They
know.
should not have leaked the original version because when I saw the sponsors, I started vomiting. I was like, nah, like y'all just gotta let that ride. We've seen you for 37 weeks. We don't need to see you the last week. It was such a
Mm.
nice jersey ruined for me, but
Yeah. And Lacazette signed off. He's leaving. Got a brace, got a guard of honor, 201 goals across 2 spells. So good for him. Club legend
Yeah.
from academy to first team. So good for Lacazette.
Yeah, and they're losing another academy product in Shirky. Guys, let's nail our let's put our balls on the table. Pause. That's the only phrase I can think of.
Yo, you
Where
were
is he
in
going?
wilding today, by the way. I'm gonna have to make you pay a fine.
Where is Shirky going? Because he's definitely leaving. So where
It,
is he going?
it all depends on Wednesday. Who wins? Because if we win on Wednesday, we get Europa League and we get Champions League. I want Shirky, and I'm gonna say we're gonna get him.
You think so though?
I would hope so.
I mean, money will probably make the difference. But I
Y-
kind of feel like his best option is Dortmund.
Yeah.
Wait,
Dortmund feels like a good next step for him. While
that's a,
he,
that's a sideways move for him, I think.
nah, Leon is not Dortmund these
No.
days.
Le- Dortmund are quite clearly a Champions League team. Like, regardless of how you want to talk about Bundesliga, whatever, Champions League finalists last season, quarterfinalists this season. They qualify for Champions League again this season. They're a bona fide Champions League team. All the jokes can be held for now. So, and Lyon aren't. So, in this current moment in time,
There's a team that's trying to buy this motherfucker.
yeah,
Talking about, oh, if we win, like, bro, don't you see what's going on with all the trophies this year?
Oh, we're
What?
gonna get there. Oh, we're gonna get there. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. You know who Loki would think he should go to though? And I hate to say it, Juventus. But that's neither here nor
there
there.
is nothing good in there's nothing good in Turin, bro.
They already
Nothing.
got Yildiz. I feel like that might be an issue.
Yeah.
You can't really carry too many Mavericks these days.
Yeah, but they play Yildiz like wide quite often. So
Yeah,
it's
so
like
what they gonna do with Shirky? Play him wide too?
this is
What's
what
the
I'm saying. Like, make it. I don't know. Whoever gets him just need to make him not fat, basically.
Hey, put it this way: if man, yeah, it's gonna be hard, man. It's
Yeah.
gonna be hard, but I don't know. Like maybe he's supposed to be fat. Some people are like that,
M-
like.
Okay, if he comes to the Prem, what team most likely is to get him? Don't say any of the top 4 teams. I don't think they go.
Feels like an Aston Villa player to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
maybe
was gonna say Aston Villa. I was gonna say Brentford as well. To be honest,
I was about to say the G Tech.
yeah,
Brighton seems like some shit that Brighton would do.
yeah. There's Brentford, there's Brighton. Like, I generally see it at one of those teams. But Villa, I think, would be the best of the
I'm gonna give you one that's gonna blow your
bunch.
mind.
Gone.
Send him to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, Crystal Palace at Europa League Thursday nights, linking up with Eze, Wharton. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go and get a Palace season ticket.
He's got to go to a Champions League team. He just played Europa. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
yeah, move on, bro.
Okay. PSG beat Auxerre 3-1. They wrapped the domestic season with a 3-1 win. Now all they got is a Champions League final left for them, right?
Hmm.
So
Left.
Yeah, good for them, man. Whatever, innit? That who cares, man?
Should have been me. Happy. Should have been me.
Yeah,
Can we
Forza
get,
Inter.
can we get the standings, please?
Indeed. So the final standards, PSG, good for you. You won it again in a league that you literally, quite literally own. Well done for taking home something that you already have already. So
You know what you sound like right now? The guy talking about Mike going, well done. He's 12.
yeah, you know, that was Neville Southall.
It was our fault.
Yeah. No, for real, like, what do you get the man that has, league titles at home already? You just getting more league titles, it's whatever in it. So PSG obviously won. Marseille, they finished second on 65 points. They'll be back in the Champions League. Monaco finished third. They'll also be back in the Champions League on 61 points. Nice on 60 and Lille on 60 as well take up the other European places along with Lyon.
Cool. I just want to make a quick point before we move on.
Hmm.
Real Madrid should consider taking Amin Gouiri off Marseille's hands.
That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout.
That's
That's
true.
I'm just saying.
that's not a bad shout.
Real Madrid are linked to Angelo Stilla, but I don't think like facially he fits with that club. Tactically he does. That's a supreme player.
Yeah, but I'm not being funny. If they sign Thomas Gravison, they can get Stiller. It's not a problem.
It's okay. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, man.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Premier League, the schedule is spread out because of the FA Cup and European final commitments. United, Chelsea 1-0. I didn't talk about this because I don't talk about United anymore because what else is there to say?
Oh, grow up, man. Like, we all lose football matches, man. Please. Maybe not 20 of them in a season, but we all lose football matches.
18. Get my pronouns right.
Nah, ain't no pro in this United. Mad amateur shit. Like,
Bro, listen, again, the goal that Crystal Palace scored in the FA Cup final
Hmm.
is exactly why I look at United fans when they want to throw the coach. I'm like, yo, you don't have a striker. You literally don't have anything. Like there's no false nine. There's no nothing you can do. The squad just stinks. It just is what it is. Like Rasmus, when I sent that link in the chat when Rasmus tried to like dribble past the defender, then shoot the ball. I'm just like, okay. I'm just like, okay. And then Garnacho gets spun by Reece James and sending the cross. Just like, yo, you made me sick. You do the same things each week, but in different ways. That's all it is. It's like
Well,
Groundhog Day.
I feel like he was right to not want to talk about this because I got bored instantly. I've heard this shit a billion times. United is so fucking boring now. That's their biggest sin. The fact that they're now boring. Like it's not even fun to banter United anymore because now you know that the shit happening in the background means that people are like losing their jobs and shit. So no, it's not even fun anymore. It just sucks. Can you guys hurry up and get relegated or get better? Like this shit is awful. Like just do something. Ryan Shirky is not saving you, motherfuckers.
Nobody's saving us.
Me.
Maresca got a win, so good for him. Bald ass. Aston Villa beat Tottenham 2-0. Tottenham got another injury. Another person is hurt for them.
Who's that? Kulusevski?
Yes, Kulusevski's out, but then they also had Papa Sarr had a back injury apparently.
In this game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. I actually feel bad for Spurs. Like
No,
they've
you don't.
lost.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, I mean, listen, man. I just want to watch a good game in that Europa League final. I love football, so I'm gonna watch football. And the fact that they've lost essentially their starting midfield or their three best midfielders to my mind, Madison, Kulusevski, and Sarr. I guess maybe Betancourt is part of that, but that's a shame. That's a shame because it makes them less likely to win. And I think, as much as I'm an Arsenal fan, I think Spurs winning is the right call here, people.
No.
I mean, I know you got to deal with the banter over there. I don't, so I don't care about that. Because if United win, they get back in the Champions League, then they can start doing shit like buying Ryan Shirky. Like, I don't want that to happen. They've ruined enough careers. Okay, think about the kids.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, if I had to pick, I'm not going to, but if I had to pick, I wouldn't be picking Tottenham. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not confident of either team being serious enough to use the Champions League as a springboard, so I don't really care who wins. But with that being said, Tottenham are just never the option. Think of the Sun miss last season. This time last year, think of the Sun miss and what happened in the aftermath, Dean.
I don't think of them in relation to Arsenal. I just don't.
Yeah,
never.
and I totally get you. I totally get you.
I never will.
But I need them to die and burn in hell. The club. That's what I need to happen, guys.
Okay, that's all. That's Prepperfad. All right, we can move on.
Jesus. Ezri Konsa and Boubacar Kamara scored, by the way. Kamara. I'm sorry. I'm so confused with the hate, man.
Good goal from Kamara. Really good
Yeah.
goal.
Didn't think he had that in him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everton beat Southampton 2-0 in their final game at Goodison Park. A double from Liman Ndiaye. Very good player. Go to hell. Go to hell. I was waiting for somebody to do it, and I'm just not about to say. There's a fan who left his dad's ashes at Goodison Park, apparently.
Well, that's gonna be creepy because what are the women's team gonna do with it? Hmm? Like really?
Bro, first thing I'm doing if I'm one of the Everton women, I'm finding those matches and I'm peeing on them. Like,
Yeah.
fuck out of here, bro.
Like,
Yes.
seriously, that's some creepy shit. How dare you?
Hey man, if you want it, I'll creep you, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
come, like your dad is gonna taste the rainbow. All right, let's go.
What?
I ain't pausing shit. Let's go.
What the hell's happening? Fulham beat Brentford 3-2. Harry Wilson scored another golazo against Brentford. It's hilarious. Because Fulham were up like 2-1, and then all of a sudden it was 3-2. And
Yeah,
Bassey was
Brentford were up 2-1.
yeah, Brentford were up, and then Fulham scored.
Yo, sorry, the Jimenez goal in this game, the header to open the scoring in this game. Bro, talk about putting your nuts on somebody's neck. Like it
Mhm.
was pure NBA playoffs, man. Like just
Remember,
go on.
you remember when Shaq dunked on that guy and pushed him? That's what it looked
Yeah,
like.
exactly that. And this is from a nigga that got CTE, like the permanent kind, with a scar and all that. Like, yeah, I'd feel bad about that if I was a defender. Like Raul Jimenez is nice, but
Mm.
I know his life. You're not out jumping me to score a header, bro. Like I'm fighting you after the game if you do that to me. Like, nah. That's like finishing a game against Manchester United and having Christian Eriksen outrun you. That is just it's
Yeah.
just wrong, man. It's wrong. It's wrong. I'm a professional. Don't treat me like that.
Calvin Bassey was defending pretty well in this game. He's strong as shit for no reason. Like just strong as hell. Like just wildly strong. Like, if we do the 100 humans versus a gorilla, I need him in that squad.
Like when Calvin Bassey plays for Nigeria, I'm just mad all the time.
Yeah.
But he's a Premier League starting defender. He's pretty good.
He's
pretty good.
he's such a weird one because I've never seen anybody say he's just okay. It's either he's really good and so underrated, or he's absolutely terrible. Like it's never one or the other with Calvin Bassey. From everyone that I speak to, that it's never one or the other.
I think the issue with him is that he has the same aura as like Titus Bramble, but he's way better.
Oh yeah, he's a way better footballer.
You
Yeah,
know, and you remember Titus Bramble.
yeah, yeah.
Like you knew that nigga sucked. Calvin Bassey has that same I'm a dancing bear or like Michael Richards, one of them type
Yeah.
energies. But he's actually good. He's actually good.
Dancing Bear is crazy, by the way.
I don't know nothing about that.
Leicester beat Ipswich 2-0. Jamie Vardy, 200 goals, 500 appearances. That is, I think if anything can sum up Jamie Vardy's career is that 200 goals, 500 appearances for Leicester. That is just on point. Everything just makes sense. Nice and neat.
I hate to do this in the era of Trump, but this is probably the last time. I hope this is the last time I got to talk about Jamie Vardy's motherfucking ass. So, double. Fuck off.
I just want to say there was no way in hell he was leaving without getting 200 goals, especially in the last home game. That is Jamie Vardy to a T.
Yeah.
He is he is. I think he's arguably one of the most dependable strikers in the modern Premier League era. Like he delivers.
How good do we think he still is? Like if he was like the backup striker at a let's say top 6 club, and they use him for like 20 minutes every third game, could he produce?
Yeah.
You don't ever lose knowing where the goal is, and Vardy knows exactly where that fucker is. Like
He said they asked him today, like, did he know that he was going to score today? And he said, yes. I said I would. I told somebody, because he did the same thing when he had that goal streak back in the day that cracked that Van Nistelrooy's record.
This legend of the game. West Ham lost to Nottingham Forest 2-1. Taiwan Renee got his flowers when they equalized, when they scored. Morgan Gibbs White held the jersey up. So 3 points for
sorry, the Bowen goal was incredible.
That was stupid.
It was ridiculous. That automatically could be in the contender for goal of the season, I think.
I mean,
I don't think it'll win it, but it's a contender. Like,
it's definitely a contender, and he's in my fantasy team, so that's my winner right there.
Yeah.
We do have some games on Monday and Tuesday. Brighton hosts Liverpool tomorrow. But the FA Cup finalists, they both play on Tuesday. Palace hosts Wolves, and Man City hosts Bournemouth. And I think one of the funniest things in the world that will happen this season for me personally, United finishing 17th and City don't get no Champions League. That will be hilarious to me. That would be funny.
You know, let's actually pardon me, let's get to the standings, right? And who do we want? Like, because obviously we're always a Champions League level team at this point, clearly. Who do we want not to make it? Not because we care, but just for banter. Like, let's.
I think it'd be really funny if Newcastle didn't make it.
It would be flipping hilarious. That would be it. But I
They'd
think
be second. That's really all it is. It's nothing personal with them. I don't have a beef with Newcastle. I don't care about Newcastle.
I think it'd just be hilarious because of PSR. Like, they would be really fucked. But Chelsea not making it would be equally as funny to me as well. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you, yeah. As long as Villa make it, I think I'm okay. I do want to see Villa back in the Champions League, I think. At the expense of one of these other teams, absolutely. But I do want to see Villa in it. I think I care more about Villa being in it than either Newcastle or Chelsea missing out, I think.
I have a question about Chelsea.
Go on.
If they miss out on the Champions League,
yeah,
does Cole Palmer agitate for a move this summer?
Well, he can agitate all he's like. He's there for 50,000 years. There's nothing he can do.
That nigga signed a death row 8-year contract. Good Lord.
He's not going anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
But end of the day, though, if he's like truly unhappy,
yeah,
he will leave. If he really wants to, he can leave.
Yeah.
Which begs the question, where does he go? Does he go back to City?
That's an option. I'd take him at my club.
Do Liverpool try and use their aura? Who the fuck goes to Liverpool, bro? Sorry. Like, I think that's a conversation that needs to be had. Where does Cole Palmer go? In fact, no. I need Chelsea not to miss it because I need to ask that question in the summer. I need to ask the question every single day during the summer.
Like, I need to ask that question about Cole Palmer or Alexander Isak.
Yeah.
I just want to ask questions. That's all.
I think it'll be flipping hilarious.
Wait,
are City the only team that could usurp us for second place right now? I think they are in it.
Well, only via goal difference. They'd have to make up 15 goals or some shit.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, second place is locked in. Yeah.
Yo, Tosin, what were you about to say, brother?
I have a quick rant on Arsenal and just football fans in general. Arsenal edition is out now, but this has been on my spirit. I want to mention it in the chat to you guys, but I've been seeing a lot of just stuff on the timeline that's been really, really bothering me on my spirit and my soul, and I have to just say it. So can I have the floor to just say what I need to say?
Do your thing, man.
I genuinely believe most football fans are stupid. Okay, like I don't care what team you support. Most of you are dumb, and I'm not trying to belittle nobody. I think you're very dumb. The way people talk about Mikel Arteta, you're very dumb. Okay, Arsenal, yes, they haven't won a trophy. I understand that, but what you're failing to understand is that what he's built at this club, you can't buy, which is consistency. That's what you want in your club, right? You want your club to consistently be in the Champions League spots. You want your club to consistently fight for titles each year. My club is 16th and 17th because they are not consistent. They're consistently shit. You get a coach who comes in here and builds a whole entire culture and ecosystem around. Why do you want to get rid of that?
It's not enough. It's not enough because Eddie Howe has done more with less and has won a trophy, you know, and it's not enough because, you know, every single team in the top 6 is winning the trophy apart from Arsenal, and it's not enough because, you know, the football hasn't been as good because you're missing literally your best player in every single position of the pitch for at least 3 months of the season at different points. Like, guys, like, Tosin, you're spot on. People are dumb. People are stupid. People are stupid. But
I'm looking at the concept of my team, right? And
yeah,
like,
of course.
And I'm seeing United fans complain. I'm just like, look, this shit was over in November. As soon as we fired this coach, the season was done. It doesn't matter what Ruben Amorim wanted to play. This shit is, and I think a lot of fans miss context with things. Dean, go ahead.
Real quick, your season was over when Ten Hag got the extension.
Exactly my point.
That's when the season ended.
Yes. But what I want to say is, and it goes for every sport as well. I feel like every single sport, a lot of fans lose context as to what they're actually seeing and what their team is. If you look at your team and just the context of what your exact team is, don't focus on other teams winning titles. Focus on your hand. Look at your hands is different than this guy's hand and this person's hand and this girl's hand.
You have said an amazing point there, Tosin. No, thank you for saying that. Thank you. Genuinely thank you. Because I think it's just so important not to get caught up, because what tends to happen with the point you're making about Arsenal and Arteta is that people keep bringing up other examples of other teams, and it, it's beggars belief that people can't see how crazy they are, to the extent where now they're willing other teams to do well just so that they can be right and beat their own drum, because they've gone beyond looking for pleasure in their own team doing well and winning. They're looking for pleasure to satisfy their own ego, which is where you have to start drawing the line. Do you enjoy the sport, or do you enjoy the sport of your team, or do you enjoy the feeling, not the feeling of your team winning, but the feeling of just winning, regardless of what context it comes in? Do you enjoy the feeling of winning? Because if that's where it is,
the feeling of being right.
yeah, basic is what is the point. Is the point of being right and winning. It's mutually exclusive. You can exchange them, kind of thing. And if that's the case, then maybe you yourself need to be a tennis player or a boxer, kind of thing, so you can feel that individual glory for yourself and stop supporting a team sport, kind of thing, where there's 100,000 different million moving parts that all go into the 90 minutes on a Saturday afternoon. Like, seriously, Tosin, the point you made about looking at your own hand cam,
No,
that's what you have to do.
well, guys, you have to realize that a lot of what we're talking about
Mm,
are narratives and behaviors and comments that emanate from social media.
mm,
Yes.
Social media, by default, attracts a certain sort of personality.
mm,
That the sort of personality that's naturally going to compare themselves to other people's shit because they're looking at other people's shit. Because that's mostly what people use social media for, in my experience, looking at other people's shit. So if you're an Arsenal fan with a team that is easily one of the best 5 teams in Europe,
mhm.
you're going to be bothered by the fact that a team in 16th or 17th might win a trophy because your team didn't win a trophy. Because all you do on social media is look at other people's plates. Like it's hard to get people to focus on their own shit when they're constantly exposed to other people's shit.
Yeah,
And you add in the media narratives on top of that, and it's difficult. Like I almost feel bad for people. Like it's not that they're stupid; it's that they're really fucking stupid. So
Yeah, and I'm sorry for, like, we could have ended this like 5 minutes ago, but like I was just really annoyed because I saw something the other day about Sean Dyche saying like, yeah, I will come United and win some games. Like, that's not what United are trying to do. United are literally trying to rebuild the whole entire culture in this team,
yeah.
because we've done for the last 11 years fake rebuilds. We've never really like
It's
built
short
up the
termism.
shit.
It's short term. At some point this season, I heard how, yeah, Chelsea are, you know, they're back now, and look, Arsenal need to be Arsenal. Like, this comes from Arsenal fans, by the way. Arsenal need to be, like, on their toes. It's even quite embarrassing that Chelsea gave us a head start, and now they caught us up again and stuff. Like, all these things are short termism, kind of thing, and it's rooted in the fact that, oh, I need to be right now, kind of thing. So I need to say this dumb shit now, and if it work, if it comes off. If it comes off, then yeah, great. You know what I mean? I was right. And if not, well, go on, Lisa.
I think one of the strangest things in sports fandom nowadays is the making up a hypothetical that hasn't happened yet
Mm-hmm.
to be upset about.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, this team caught my team. It's like, well, we didn't play the games yet. Why are you making up a reason to be upset about something that hasn't happened
Mm-hmm.
and probably won't happen? Chelsea is not going to catch Arsenal.
Yeah.
Using Arsenal as so why did you make up that hypothetical 2 weeks ago to get upset about? What are we doing here, people?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just our sport; it's every other sport. NBA, NFL. It's like fans have lost their mind and lost context to everything. And was like, yo, you know what you guys need to do? Go
Stop
smoke some
watching
weed.
sports. Just
No,
stop
get
watching.
off FanDuel. That's the problem. Y'all
Yeah.
motherfuckers gambling and you're losing money, and now you lose your goddamn mind with the money. That's the issue.
I'm so sorry that I just need to get off my chest because it's been bothering me for the last like month or so. Just like because I'm not as active as I am on Twitter anymore, but I do see people's stupidity about United, and I'm just like, yo, shut the fuck up in 2025.
Ooh, one more thing, guys.
Bother me none, guys. I'll tell you that much.
PSV won the league.
They
Yeah.
did.
Ajax really fumbled that, man.
Oh, they did. They did. They found.
9 points ahead a couple weeks ago.
You know what's the best part about that was seeing what's his name? He's played for United, the striker, the big one.
Weghorst.
Yeah, Weghorst. They put the camera on him and
Yeah.
Weghorst like the camera.
Do you know what's even funny? I think during the week, right, when the PSV fans and players were still in the stadium, they were checking the results and seeing their reactions one by one, realizing what had happened in the Ajax game, and then seeing the players checking phones as well on the pitch. Is like the league isn't won yet, but yet the players were going absolutely nuts. That's simultaneously one of the most unprofessional yet hilarious things I think I've ever seen. Seriously, the league wasn't won then. It was just that you had an amazing opportunity there. I think that was incredible.
It's beautiful, beautiful. Anything you want to add out before we get out of here?
Yeah. we're really excited to be partnering with
Mhm.
the Barbershop FC. Like really excited about the future. And or is it the barber's chair?
Barber shed.
Barber's chair. My bad. My bad. I don't be going to the shop like that no more. I cut my own hair, people. What can I say? In any event, there's that. And the more important point I want to make is that next season, Tiana Trump will be in the Champions League.
And on that note, we're out. Everyone take it easy.
No peace. There's no peace. There's no peace. Just cut this shit, man.
Peace.
Hey folks, this is Deen from the Shirtless Plantain Show. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and follow us on all our socials. You can see them right beneath our recordings in every video. Thanks again, and see you on the next one.